I'm going to demonstrate how to make a flood-on-flood flower plaque cookie using three colors. I'm going to use pink and white and green. So the first step is we want to flood our base cookie. And this is the plaque I'm going to use. And so I'm going to take my icing and outline around the edge of the cookie shape so that we can get a border around that. I'm going to use the exact same piping bag to hit this with the flood. So here I'm going to just wiggle and circle around the edges nice and generously, just really pushing that icing out of there. So have a nice big puff the way I like it, puffy. So you can see I'm not skimpy on my icing. Now that's flooded. I'm going to go ahead and give this a kind of a wiggle and a shake. Might be loud on the video there. And whatever doesn't wiggle and shake out is going to get shaped with my stylus. Take that and fix that. Ooh. Give this a little wiggle in this spot. Give this a little wiggle into its spot. Almost done. Ready for the tulips that fast. Okay, I'm going to pull this out a little bit more towards that cookie shape so it kind of has a sharper corner there. I like that. Now for the white flood. Here's what I'm going to use. I'm going to clip this super, super small because I don't want to make it too big of an opening for what we're trying to do here. Now I'm going to take my white and I'm going to create these tulips. Just draw them on freehand and then go ahead and wiggle that icing in. Do this little part of my tulip there. Second tulip, maybe a little bit smaller, hanging out over here. Then maybe this guy has like a little one. He's going to have a little tulip bud on his leaf. Okay, then I'm going to take my green, same thing. I got to clip a small, tiny little end of my piping bag. Before I do the green, let me just wiggle this white in a little bit. Get that to lay flat so it's not too pointy as it dries. And this is what gives it that silk screened look. If I didn't wiggle it, it keeps the texture, and that looks really good too. And I do cookies like that as well. But in this demonstration, I just want to do this wet on wet and show what it can look like if you work really quickly. And I got my tulip stem. I'm gonna do a big tulip flower leaf here. Oops. And again, I'm just gonna color that in with my green. I'm not being perfect with it. I'm going to go over it with a edible marker after it fully dries and give it some more detail. Because I clipped the opening so small, it is kind of curling a little bit, and that can happen. I just keep pulling the icing off the top to correct that curl. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get this tulip and get his stem and do a really big leaf here, and maybe a smaller leaf there. And get this up there. Okay, now I'm going to get my stylus and flatten that out so it will lay into the icing and it will dry so nicely. Ooh, looking good. Okay. Now, I think I want to add a little butterfly right up here just for a little interest. I'm going to take my yellow, do kind of like this little bow. But this one I think I want to keep three-dimensional. That'll give it some good interest. And there's that cookie done in real time, wet on wet. When this is dry, I'll go over it with an edible marker. Beautiful work.